Hey, it's Trevor again, doing another video teaching you all about this great free app called Gaia Sky, which lets you sort of explore the solar system, our galaxy, and the universe. In that video, I showed you how to just get set up with the base data pack, and so you can sort of go around our solar system and see some of the planets. In this video, I want to show you sort of my preferred way of navigating this app. And it is using a game controller. I'm using the PlayStation 4 controller that I just had lying around. And I find this really useful just because it sort of attracts kids to wanting to use this app. It makes it feel like a game. It's not really a game, this app, but the way you can control it makes it just feel a little bit more intuitive to me versus using a mouse or a trackpad and a keyboard. So again, I'm on a Mac here, and I'm going to show you how you can first set up your controller to work with a Mac. First thing we're going to do, we are going to open up the System Settings app. And I've got my PlayStation controller, and it is charged. You can also plug it in if you wanted to, but I'll just do it with Bluetooth here. So on the left-hand side, we'll tap Bluetooth. And this will be different for Xbox and maybe for like PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 5 controllers. But on PlayStation 4 controller, I'm gonna hit the PlayStation button and the share button at the same time. And that's how you sync this with your device. I'm gonna hold both of them together like that. And this should show up there. Yep, DualShock 4 wireless controller. I'm gonna hit connect. And so it's connected. So this is connected to my Mac now, all right? And I still have Gaia Sky open from before, but if you don't already have it open, you can open it up. And Gaia Sky is actually really good for detecting when the controller is connected, and it should be connected now. And so what I can do is I can first move in and out from the thing that I'm focused on. So I'm focused on the Earth right here. I'm gonna use the left joystick, and if I pull down, I move away from it. And if I move up with it, I am getting closer to the Earth. This to me just feels so much more intuitive than using a keyboard and a mouse. It's possible with keyboard and mouse, you don't need this, but I find this really attracts kids to using this app, wanting to use it. It just feels way more intuitive. So up and down on the left stick, move in and out. On the right stick, you go left and right. It feels supernatural. You'll get it pretty immediately. So you can go back and forth like that. So it feels just very natural. A few other things. The X, the circle, the square, and the triangle, what do they do? So I'm just gonna zoom out here. If I'm gonna hit the X button on my controller, it hides all the labels for the planets and the spacecraft there. All right, so I'll turn those on and off. Earth, Moon, okay. What about the orbits, okay? Before, again, just to reiterate, in the last video, I showed you how you can turn things on and off on this left-hand side here. So we can control time, we can control the camera, we can control visibility right here. So you can turn things on and off right here. So if I want to turn the orbits off, I can go and tap that little circle looking icon. It turns off all those. But on the game controller, I can use the triangle, and that does the same thing. You sort of get used to it after a while. So I do that one quite a bit when I'm doing shows for kids. Other things, if I hit the square button, it shows a little mini map up there. I don't use that too often. And the circle, I guess it turns on visibility of asteroids. And I'm not sure if I have asteroids enabled right now. I'm going to zoom back in on Earth, and the left and right buttons, I guess they're called L2 and R2 here. This is how you can sort of change the rotation. Okay, so if I hit L2 right here, you can see I'm rotating like this, and R2 like that, and I can rotate myself to the correct place. Now there's some settings you can do in Gaia Sky to map out the buttons the way you want. So I'm not gonna go super in detail on that. If you're interested in that, you should go more in detail. I'll show you where it is. So on the left side here, not on the top left, but sort of in the bottom left here, we have a few other buttons. So we have the Show Minimap button, which shows that there. Okay. We have a load catalog, so if we wanted to load some different data stuff, we can do that. The thing I'm interested in is this little gear for the preferences pane. And here you can control things like the graphics, what graphic quality you want, how big your screen is, and all that. There's a lot of things in here, okay? Scene settings, okay? Interface settings. I'm gonna go in here for just a second, then I'm gonna go to the controls thing to show you how you can change the stuff for the game controller. You can change the language if English isn't your thing. You can go into Francais, you can go to Deutsch, okay? All of those. A thing that I turn off, because I find it a little bit distracting in my shows, is these crosshair markers. So you notice, I'm just gonna cancel it here. You can see that when I move my mouse, you can see on the right hand side, you can see this declination, that number going up there, and on the bottom you see this right ascension numbers. I find that a little bit distracting for things, so I'm gonna take that off. And the other thing is this little crosshair thing for when I'm focused on an object. I'm gonna take that off too. So back here, preferences, I'm gonna do interface settings, and I'm gonna turn that focus marker off, as well as a closest object marker, home object marker, and where's the other thing? The show pointer coordinates. I'll take this off. And I'll save the preferences, and they're off. Okay, so it's just a little bit cleaner for the app. You can also just hit reset there. You see it disappeared right there. But if you made a mistake and it looks all janky and weird, you can just redo that there. Let's go to the game controllers just for a second. So I'm gonna go back to the settings, preferences here. I'm gonna hit controls. And here it tells me the gamepad. So gamepad detected, PlayStation 4 controller. And here you can configure this, all right? If you really need to change things, you can go in here and do things, but you can assign different actions to these buttons if you wanted to. You can also change the sensitivity of things. So if you find it scrolling too fast or too slowly, you can adjust that. It's good for me, the defaults there. But I do find I like to invert one of these. I always forget which does which, but as you're playing with it, you're like, I feel this, the knob should be going the other way when I'm moving, you know? You'll sort of get a sense for it. You can turn these on and off. So I'm just gonna hit, I think it's this one, invert X axis, save the preferences. Yeah, okay, yeah. Now this feels like it's going the correct way that I usually do it. So just play around with that. This, when I give the presentations and the kids see me using a PlayStation 4 controller, I said this a couple of times, they find it really cool. They're like, oh man, you're using a controller to do all this. It's really fun. And the one thing I'm gonna show here is, and I showed it a little bit before, is just the camera controls. So right now, the camera control right now is I'll show focus mode, okay? So I'm focused on the Earth right here. And this is good, okay? But then let's say I want to sort of go underneath Earth, okay? And with the controller, that feels like I should be able to do that. How do I sort of do that? This feels a bit more intuitive when you're using the controller. I'm gonna go to free, okay? And I'm still kind of around the Earth, but now I can like go, and I'm not completely locked to the Earth, okay? Let's say I just wanna position it like this. Now it feels a bit more video game-like, you know? It's just a bit more fun this way. All right, so I can go skim the Earth a little bit and sort of go through the atmosphere, all right? And maybe you sort of feel upside down right now, so I'm gonna rotate like this using the R2 button, like this. And now this just feels way more intuitive, way more natural than using the keyboard and the mouse. So I highly recommend you try that out. Change the camera from focus to free, and just give that a try. Okay? So I'm gonna zoom out. That's all I'm gonna talk about the game controllers, but it does make it just a little bit more fun for kids. I'll turn on the labels. You can turn things on and off much more quickly. And you can also adjust the time a lot more quickly too. So on the D-pad here, you can set time in motion. So right now it says time off. I'm gonna hit forward right, and time is now moving. Slowly, but it is moving. If I want time to go quicker, I just hit up on the gamepad, and you'll see that the number starts to go up. Okay, it's a little bit slow at first because time must go quickly in space, but now, if it's going more quicker, you can see that the planets go around like that. It takes you a little bit of time, but play around with the controller. It's a lot of fun, and you'll sort of get a sense and a feel for it as you use it a little bit more. So that's how you can use a Bluetooth game controller with Gaia Sky. I highly recommend it, especially if you have kids that are interested in this. It just feels a bit more fun and engaging for them. So hope that helps. Thanks for watching.